Hey everyone, Road Breach here, and today we're covering upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's projects. These projects were announced on the official Scott Games Twitter account, and I had to double check just to make sure I wasn't getting trolled, because that's happened before. We already know that the FNAF 2 movie is on the way, and one thing I'm hoping over anything else is Toy Chica. I mean, that it's scarier than the original. Now, let's talk about what was in this tweet. First thing that got announced, the full version of My Pop Goes. My Pop Goes is a resource management game, and I'm not really interested in this. I'm sure people will like it, but it just doesn't appeal to me. Next up is the demo for a Joy of Creation remake. Joy of Creation is held up as one of the best FNAF fan games, and while I haven't played it as of this video, it does look to be of high quality. That being said, Joy of Creation has a couple different games. There was a few unfinished demos, one that was the classic formula, and one that had free roaming. There was also a Halloween edition that had you luring away Springtrap as you break pipes to light Fazbear Frights on fire, and then there's the story mode, which was the full game that most people talk about when you mention Joy of Creation. It also had a very short trailer that has a guy getting attacked by Ignited Foxy. I'm sure we're in for a good time here. Next up is VIP, an interactive novel. I imagine that it will be one of those digital interactive stories I remember playing in elementary school, which could be neat. I speculate that it will be digital because it says it's free in parentheses, and I'm sure it'll be interesting to say the very least. Next up is a little more vague, as it's an announcement from Steel Wool, which could be anything. It could be more DLC for Security Breach, it could be a sequel for Security Breach, or maybe a patch for Help Wanted 2. Maybe then I can get good footage for the game on PlayStation VR 2. Yeah, that's what's been stopping me from reviewing the game the second it came out. This will be followed up by an interview between Dawko and Scott, which I'm sure will be interesting to say the least. It's rare that we get to see Scott speaking on camera, so to see him divulge future plans for the series or anything else he's got on his mind would definitely be fun to watch. I just don't know what the 2.0 means. Next is a collab announcement. If anything, it'll most likely be the Fortnite collab rumor. But it would definitely be cool to see them blindside us with something like, I don't know, a FNAF Transformers collaboration or something similar. But that's most likely just me being wishful. Next up is something that really caught my eye. A demo for a game called 5 Laps at Freddy's. This is most definitely a Five Nights at Freddy's racing game. There were FNAF toys where the characters were in go-karts, so maybe the characters will look like that in the game. I imagine that the game will be a Mario Kart clone with tracks themed after the various locales from the series. I could definitely imagine the pizzeria from FNAF 1 being repurposed into a racetrack, and it would definitely make sense for Roxy Raceway to be there too. But this is a click team game, so that makes me worried that we could have a top-down view, which I'm not a fan of when it comes to racing games, and even worse, an isometric view. But then again, the Joy of Creation remake trailer was on Click Team's YouTube channel, so maybe I'm just being paranoid. Bottom line, I want the camera behind the car, and I'd even be okay with a first-person view, but we'll just need to see what becomes of it when it gets revealed. And lastly, Into the Pit is getting a game that I already covered, so be sure to check that video out if you want to see my thoughts on it. Overall, some neat stuff here, and I especially like the FNAF racing game idea. But how are you feeling about what's here? Let's get a conversation going. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and that's all for now. Thanks for watching and gotta zoom.